visiting right now with Luke Bryan, and let me tell you, I have been looking forward to this interview for a long
thank
time,
you.
man. You're a cool guy. First met you back in March, shared a little barbecue together, heard some songs from the new album coming out.
Yeah, it seems like time flies. It seems like a month ago, but yeah, we had a couple new songs recorded, and since then we went back in and finished up everything, finished up the album, and it'll be out October 6th, so we're real fired up about that. And at the time, we didn't have, when I played you those songs, we didn't have Do-I recorded yet.
Right.
So so obviously we went back in and redid and cut Do-I, and lo and behold, it's the single.
Yeah, first time I heard it was just you by yourself.
Well, no, I take that back. If it was March, we had Do-I done. Sorry, but scratch all that.
I think you had just written it. But now the single comes out, and I'm recognizing a couple of voices in the background.
Yeah,
we found out who you wrote the song with.
Yeah, I wrote it with Dave Haywood and Charles Kelly of Lady Antebellum. They're from Georgia, and we've been out on the road, for a couple or at least a year, and we'd done a couple shows, and we kept threatening to write. They were like, "Oh, we're from Georgia, and we know we can get together and come up with something," from all of us being from the same area, and so. I finally took them up on it one day, and I was like, maybe I'll get me a Lady Antebellum cut. But they came over to the house. We got on the porch and worked on a couple songs. And Do-I was actually the second song we wrote. And man, when we finished it up, we knew right off the bat that it was pretty special song. And about 3 days later, I get a phone call from Hillary Scott, and she is losing her mind about the song, just telling me how much she loves it and going on and on. And so a couple weeks after that, we had a guitar pull that we were doing in Augusta, and obviously that's where Charles and Dave are from. And we were all on this guitar pull together, and we get in the locker room right before the show, and they're like, "Luke, we got to do Do-I. We have to do it." And I was like, "Guys, I don't even know where to start, So we basically rehearsed it in the locker room. I told Charles to kind of, if I get, a little off on the words, to mouth the words or whatever. We got through it, and we had such a great crowd response. Eventually it made it up on YouTube, and next thing you know, people are, talking so much about the song, and then everybody at Capitol starts talking about the song, and next thing you know, we cut it, and it's a single. So it's pretty crazy how it happens. And Hillary, Hillary wound up singing on the record, and she just sounds unbelievable on it.
Wow! Now the album again, it comes out in October. I mean, what a great song! What a great song!
Yeah, it's funny how it comes about, and I've kind of had a lot of success with up-tempo songs, and so the fact that I put a ballad out on my first, on my first album, on my second album, it's kind of, it's nice. I think we want people to kind of hear that side from me too, and everything's pointing, down the road of it. The video's doing real well, CMT and GAC, and so it's starting to take off pretty good.
Now this is the man that wrote Good Directions. Good Directions.
Well, it's funny you say that. This past weekend, I was on a show with Billy, and he called me up, and we did Good Directions together. So it was fun. It's still hard to believe that I had a part in writing that song.
Okay, now since you wrote that song, is it true? Were you really hanging around by the side of the road waiting for people to break down or ask for?
What's funny is me and my co-writer Rachel Thibodeau, we went in that songwriting room that day, and we didn't have anything planned to write, and we just started goofing off and writing, and next thing you know, Good Directions happens. I don't know what made us. What's funny is the song really is titled Good Directions, but we say Good Directions at the end. We don't even say. It's just funny how it's funny, all the logic of that song working just kind of went out the window, and I don't know, it was pretty crazy.
Everybody says, play me that Sweet Tea and Turner Green song.
Exactly. Well, I'd actually recorded it too for my album, and Billy just put it out before me, and we had it titled, we had it titled the Sweet Tea song, right? So it was, but it worked out for the best. I like Billy's title of it a little better than mine.
How did you get to Nashville? I know that you wrote a song that Travis Tritt picked up.
Yeah, I moved in September, going on, I guess it's 8 years now, but September of 2001, right before 9/11. I'll never forget, I just moved to Nashville, living in town by myself, and then 9/11 happened, so that freaked me out totally, and But yeah, right off the bat, I got a publishing deal with a company called Murrah Music, and one of my first songs that I wrote in town was Honky Tonk History, and Travis Tritt heard it and loved it and recorded it, and him being from Georgia and me being from Georgia, here my first year and a half in Nashville, I've already got Travis Tritt titling an album after a song I wrote. It was pretty
that's pretty amazing right there.
Pretty wacky stuff, especially with me being a big Travis Tritt fan, and I got to meet him. I got to go to the studio and watch him record it and stuff like that. So it was pretty neat situation.
Now, how is it when somebody records a song of yours? I mean, do they ask for direction? Is this the way I should sing this lyric?
Not typically. I mean,
they change it around the way they want to.
Not somebody. Well, what was funny about Good Directions, about Honky Tonk History, is that Travis had tried to cut it with his own, with this certain way, and then finally he just went and got the players that were used on the demo of it, and had them play the album, and there was actually that shotgun thing in the beginning, that sample. There was a shotgun going off. That was our demo version of the shotgun.
They stole it from you.
Well, like I said, it was.
We made money off of it.
We were real flattered that he used it and that he did everything about it. So, but we were a little bummed that it wasn't a single. We felt like it was a good enough song to be a single. But every songwriter feels like their songs are good enough to be a single. So,
what is it about Georgia? I mean, a
you
lot
know
of songwriters, Alan Jackson, Travis Tritt, yourself.
Well, you look at what's going on now, even with Billy from Georgia, Zach Brown, myself. There's I know. Well, obviously Alan Jackson, but I think there's 3 or 4 other acts. Lost Trailers are. I'm from Leesburg, Georgia, and Albany. A couple guys on the Lost Trailers are from Albany, and that's 8 miles from one another. So
wow,
it's good. I think a big thing about it is, a lot of the colleges in Georgia. I mean, I think there's, as far as their own music scene, obviously Texas has a big, but I think right behind Texas is certainly Georgia. It's all the colleges there have, country music works at all the colleges.
Now you got your start playing at college.
Yeah, that's the thing. When we would play Georgia Southern, Valdosta State, Georgia Tech, Georgia Southwestern, Middle Georgia. I mean, all these colleges, and play their bars and and that's kind of how we got going. So it was, it's kind of a mini. Like I said, you can tour. You can tour a lot in the state of Georgia and make a good living, and that's kind of what I was able to do all through college. And that's kind of what Zach Brown did too.
Are you a Bulldog fan? You ready for football season?
Die-hard Bulldog fan. So.
We won't get into football. Now, Keith Urban claims he's from Georgia now. Do you know that?
Well, no, I was going to say, maybe we can do a Georgia Boy tour or something. I don't know.
Looking forward to the new album, and of course, and thanks for stopping by, and you keep us up to date what's going on. Okay?
We will. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you.
Good to see you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.